Recording from the phone today. What's going on, you guys? This is the new segment that I was talking about. Shit, dropped my phone. New segment that I was talking about. It was called Frustration Friday, where I vent about the frustrations in my life, and you guys have a chance to, look for answers as well for your own frustrations. I'm gonna leave the email below. Y'all can email me. It's basically like a Q&A where you asking me questions and asking me for advice. I haven't done it in years, so this is not going to be done every week. This is going to be something every other week. Frustration Friday every other week, just like Salute Saturdays every other week. So, yeah, that's pretty much what this is. And I decided to do this from the phone today. I did not want to. I didn't feel like being bothered with my camera. I didn't want to record this in that dark ass bathroom. I tried my best with the lighting in there, but when you living in a house with like three other people, ain't much privacy. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I feel kind of refreshed in a way because I went to go see my psychic. I don't care what nobody say. I get I get read with tarot cards like every month just to get some answers on certain things because sometimes you need answers. And everything that woman ever told me was the truth. Like I wasn't into the whole gloom and doom shit before my friends put me onto this, but I go see this woman every week. I mean not every week, but every month, and everything she's ever said came true. Everything she said came true. But you know, before I even went to her this week, I decided that I was gonna do my frustration Friday on the fact that I'm too nice, and I keep hearing that from people. I'm too nice. My friends say I'm too nice. Everybody else say I'm too nice, and it's frustrating when people say that. And I'm tell you why it's frustrating. But before I get into why it's frustrating, it's one thing that my psychic told me today that really stood out to me, and she said, "There's people in your life that you love. There's people in your life that you consider your friend, but they don't really fuck with you like that. These people are people that will be in your face and say, hey, how you doing? They'll be laughing and talking with you, but then they'll talk about your ass and you don't even know it, but make you look like a fool. Those are people that you have to, you know, she said those are people that you have to treat with a long handle spoon. They're phony. That doesn't mean that you have to be upset with them. You can always be humble with them. You can always have a conversation with them. You can always, talk to them, see how they doing, but treat them with a long handle spoon. And I'm just sitting up here like, oh my fucking God. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's so many people that I deal with these days that I have to do like that. Like it doesn't make any sense. And and these are people that I love, man. I love these people. And it's just sometimes when you realize that these people really don't love you like that, that shit is a hurtful feeling. It really is. Like when you love somebody, like you love them. Like you gonna ride with them and through everything. It doesn't matter if they're friends or your family. Like when I love somebody, I love hard. Like I ride for my motherfucking people. Like in everything that they do, I support them in everything they do. And when I feel like I'm wrong, that shit is the most hurtful feeling in the world. And that's when I began to lash out. But surprisingly, I haven't done it. I remain classy, my hood classy self. I really have. But that stood out to me. And that brings me to this. Am I too nice? It's very frustrating when people say that Scotty, you're too nice. Scotty, you're too nice. You way too nice to these motherfuckers. You too nice. They don't give a fuck about you. You are too motherfucking nice. I be so mad when people say that. I'm gonna tell you why. Now I'm too nice. But there was a time where, Scotty, you're so mean. Scotty, you was wrong for that. Stop being a bitch. It's like, which one do you want me to be? Do, I mean, I'm trying to be nice and it's not good enough. When I was a bitch, it wasn't good enough. And it's just so frustrating to me. Because I just try to be the most respectful person in the world. You know what I mean? And me being so nice is what made me lose my job last week. It wasn't because I was a bitch. It was because I trusted somebody. It was because I was humble to somebody and it made me lose my job. Seriously, made me lose my job. There was a woman. She was in the store with me, and my boss had quit, and there was this new lady coming in, and then there was this other lady in here. This other lady was a training person. She was training this other girl to run where we were working at. And from the moment I met her, she had an issue with me. I don't know what it was. She was calling me she, being real homophobic and shit. And I would always correct her and I'd be like, I'm not a her, I'm a he. Don't ever refer to me as she or her. Because she'll constantly do it. And it'll constantly piss me off. And I let you get away with so much. I let people get away with a lot of stuff. But it's only so much I can let you get away with until I finally burst and let it be known what the fuck it is. Because you can't keep walking over me. You can get so many chances to do that. You can get ever so many chances to do that. But at the end of the day, when I get mad, and that's when I burst. Because I hold stuff in. And everybody tells me it's not healthy for me to hold these things in. It's not healthy for me to hold it in. But I do. I do. I can admit that. And this woman was so homophobic towards me, and not only was she homophobic towards me, but she was very disrespectful and rude. And to the point where, because I wasn't fucking with her, how I deal with people that I don't fuck with, you're here but you're not. You're there but you're not. You're alive but you're dead. You know what I mean? I treat you. I go Casper on your ass. It's like I'm here but I'm not. You know what I mean? And if I treated her like that for weeks because she was very rude to me. Like, she was very disrespectful, and I didn't know whether I should say anything to her or not. So she came to me and she apologized to me, and she was like, my husband, he came to me and said, you need to apologize to him because, he didn't do anything to you. He was only doing his job. And, I really apologize to you because you're one of the best workers here. You know what I mean? You have seniority. You run this store a great way. You should, you should have the utmost respect. I accepted her apology because there was a time in my life when people apologized to me, I always felt like their apologies wasn't genuine and I didn't give them a fucking chance. I just say, oh, I heard it. Keep it moving. But now I try to be more forgiving and be more humble to people. So it's like, and not be so guarded with people. So I accepted her apology. But I still didn't trust her, but I accepted her apology. That was on Thanksgiving night when I worked. So, after that, we were cool. I didn't trust her, but I was cordial with her. I hold a conversation with her at work, all sorts of stuff. This woman would buy me lunch. She was so nice to me up until last Thursday. We were, I closed that night. I fixed everything, everything that was fucked up, I fixed. I did a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And I left them notes saying, you have to go to the bank in the morning because I won't be here. I'm going to be off and blah, blah, blah. So I'm chilling on my day off. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling on my day off. Get a phone call for a meeting. I'm like, okay, we got another store meeting. All right, boom. Next thing you know, bruh, I get there. This woman say this ain't going to work. And I'm no longer needed. And she told me to bring back the keys. I was blindsided by that. Because I'm like, really? And this is the so-called person that's supposed to get ready to run it. But then the temporary person that apologized to me, she was all in my face, you know what I'm saying? Like, crying and shit. Like, the girl made a terrible decision and she was going to talk to her about it. So I went home, got the keys, came back. I told her that was a fucked up decision. She should have never done that. You was one of the best workers here. Blah, blah, blah. I leave that motherfucker feeling free. I was free, y'all. Honestly, I was free. Because of the fact I hated my job. I hated that place. But I was working my ass off due to the fact that I was trying to take care of my mom. Because my mom had an accident in June. She burned her hand and she wasn't able to work. She was out of work June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, up until now. The week that I got fired, she got called back into work. I wasn't worried about it no more because my mother could work for herself. But even though I don't have a job, I don't need her to do anything for me. I'm a hustler. I can do whatever I can for myself. The day that they let me go, I was looking for other jobs. Got other jobs on the table. I'm never going to be down for a long period of time. You know, I'm always about my money. That's why when people would tell me, you know, while you working that job, you should just quit it and you should just do YouTube and stuff like that. My channel don't make that much money, so I'm not gonna do myself like that. There's a lot of things that I'm trying to do. I'm still at home with my mom. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get the fuck out of here and be on my own. But that had to be on hold because I had to take care of my mom. I was here with my mom. I was paying her bills and stuff because she couldn't do it on her own. So I had to do what I had to do for myself and for my mother and for my brother, because even when my mom was working, I was helping her with my brother anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I was doing for myself, I was doing for my brother. But when my mother got injured and she couldn't go to work, I was doing for me, my brother, and my mom. That's the type of guy I am. My mother has done so much for me, I was going to do whatever I could for her. My brother made good grades, so why not do for him? You know, I was blindsided by that shit. I wasn't expecting that because I knew I did my job the best way I could. Customers love me. Everybody loved me. This is a bitch that just didn't like me because I stood up for myself. After I left that motherfucker, she talking about me like a dog, bruh. She talking about me like a dog. She said all sorts of homophobic shit about me to the point where it didn't make no fucking sense and thinking that it wasn't going to get back to me, but it did. You know what I mean? But I felt free. Although I lost my job, I felt free because I didn't never have to step foot into that bitch again. Because I was working my ass off. Doing shit that the store manager was supposed to been doing. Bro, I was bringing folks in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? I was helping her hire people. You know what I'm saying? Going above and beyond to get it to where it needed to be. But I didn't let that bring me down. You see, I've been making videos every motherfucking day. You ain't even seen the fact. You ain't even seen me be depressed. Be depressed for what? You lose a job, you get another one. You know what I mean? While I'm off, while I have some free time, I'm going to do my videos. But while I'm got my free time, I'm going to make sure I get a job, baby. Trust and believe that. Scott ain't gonna never not have no hustle. That's one thing about me. So when people say you being too nice, that might be true. Because I forgave a bitch and she was the reason why I lost my motherfucking job. She got in that girl ear and said all sorts of things to her. Made me look bad. But all the while in my face, you're a great worker. You're a great worker. Hell, this could be your store. You could be blah, 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 blah. But behind my back, she didn't like me. She didn't fuck with me. That's a hurtful feeling, bruh. It's a hurtful feeling when somebody that you know, I didn't care for the bitch, but when she came to me and apologized, I always appreciated when a person apologizes, but sometimes you got to take into account that somebody may be apologizing for their own personal gain. Sometimes they may have their own reasons for apologizing. It ain't because they're genuine with it. It's because they got something to gain by it. So I ain't worried about it. I'm not frustrated about me losing my motherfucking job. Because I was finna leave it motherfucking anyway. You know what I mean? I'm not frustrated about losing no job. Because at the end of it all, when you lose one, you're going to gain one. Trust me. The day I lost it, I was filling out applications. The week I lost it, I was filling out applications because I knew it was time for me to go. I knew my time was ticking, but I didn't know how soon it was. But it's all good, though. Because I'll never let nothing ever makes me fold, period. So maybe I am too nice to people. You know, this woman made me look like a damn fool. A damn fool. And then, you know, people be saying, oh, Scotty, you must got low self-esteem to be dealing with this shit. I ain't got no low self-esteem. But trust me, low self-esteem, that's a part of my motherfucking past, okay? I could give a fuck about who likes me or who doesn't. It's just that when I'm rocking with you, when I'm here with you, I'm here with you. If you apologize to me, I'm not gonna hold no grudges. That's just me. I'm just that type of nigga. So I'm genuine, but I have to understand everybody else saying. But does that mean I have to stop being nice? Does that mean I have to revert back to being the bitch that I used to be? What do you think? Leave it below. Leave that shit below. I want y'all to comment on that shit. Leave that shit below. And I'm out of here, y'all. I'm going to leave the email for you guys to send me your emails on what you want, on your frustrations and what you think, you know, the answers that you can't get. And I'll give you my personal opinion on that. This is Frustration Friday. It ain't just for me. It's for y'all, motherfuckers. It's for all y'all. And I'm out of here. To Salute Saturday, I'm out of here, y'all.